go to the phones in the first hour. I don't always make it, but I always try on Friday. This is Paul in Glen Rock, Pennsylvania. How are you, sir? Welcome.
I'm wonderful, Rush, and the more important thing is, how are you?
I'm cool.
Cool.
Everything's
You're
hunky-dory.
always
Nobody
cool.
would care. If I told you anything other than that, it'd cause a national panic, so...
God bless Rush Limbaugh now, today, and always.
Thank you very much.
This is a very quick, Snerdley, I thought he was going to laugh right off his chair. I'm a first-time caller, but maybe a memorable caller. What does he mean? I'm talking about John Boehner and other pundits. Don't spike the football with the health care thing.
Are you really asking, or are you asking rhetorically?
Rhetorically.
Okay. Yeah. Well, he's basically saying let's not gloat.
Huh?
That's what spiking the football. We're not going to spike the football means that we're not going to taunt.
We're not going to taunt.
We're not going to gloat. We're not going to have the ref throw a yellow flag on us after we scored a touchdown.
What was Queen Nancy doing when they ran this thing through on Christmas Eve, and then just a little bit later marched up Capitol Hill with the ding-dong gavel that they use in the carnival to ring the bell?
I understand, but you see, if we do that, the independents will get mad at us and vote for more communism. Well, that's what the consultants tell our guys.
Well, they're wrong.
So you want a little gloating. You want a little.
Yeah.
You want some celebrating.
I've been celebrating my whole life because I'm a winner. I'm 69 years old.
Look, it's a character thing. I understand what Boehner's saying. In fact, after the 2002 midterms, you might get mad at me for this. Okay. 2002 midterms, I was on NBC's election night coverage with Tom Brokaw and Tim Russert. And it was a Republican sweep, and both those guys were stunned. The first House races, midterm elections in a president's first term, usually go against him. And the conventional wisdom was that Bush was going to lose. It's going to be 9/11. Conventional wisdom was that history would be true to form, and Republicans would lose a lot of seats in the House. And it was just the opposite, because we're coming off the Wellstone Memorial, and I all night long, I'm watching returns come in, and it's going the exact opposite way from what they thought. And it turned out to be huge, and I was telling these guys why it happened, and I love Russert. Brokaw I like. He's okay. But they were clearly shocked. They get stuck in their narratives here. And when the night was over, and it was my last spot, and they said, so what next, Rush? And I said, it's important for the Republicans not to gloat about this. Mm-hmm. From the standpoint, let's not act surprised we won. That's what should have happened. Let's not act surprised we scored a touchdown. Let's not act like something that doesn't happen very much. Let's act like winners, like it's something that we expect, and move on and stick to I didn't want to repeat in 1994 where we won big and then stopped teaching because we assumed everybody thought that we'd become the majority. So I know what Boehner is saying is, whether you agree with him or not, what he's really trying to express here is that we're better than Pelosi and that we have a little class here. And that the country's in dire straits, and this is not about us. It's about saving the country from the direction we're headed under Obama, and this is one step, but there's a lot to go. But if you want to go out there and spike the football, you go right ahead. I'm going to spike the football. I'm going to have my little fun with it if that happens.
And I could never be mad at you, Rush. You are running the Institute of Conservatism. You're the professor of conservatism. I just look forward every day to listening to you and gaining your knowledge that you share with everyone.
Yeah, it's what my wife Catherine says to me about once a year.
I guarantee you. I'm just looking so forward to the coming weeks and the coming campaign. Could I ask you one other quick question?
Sure. Wait, it's open line Friday. That's what it's for.
Okay. And I'm speaking personally. In the 10 election, I worked about 3 months for the Republican Party in the 10 election, and I found out just being on the phones, what a big difference that it can make. I found out, just using my head a little bit, in my own family, there's 2 people in my family that have never voted. Can you believe that? 2 people, and they know how I feel. Well, I guarantee you they're voting.
Well, this is great because you found out, A, it feels good, B, you mattered, you were a factor, but B, it does matter. It's fundamentally important to do so. And I'm glad that you did that. Spread that word. By the way, if you're going to, I want to get an indication from you. If you're going to spike the football, what is that? What are you going to do? If we get a ruling that you like, how are you going to celebrate?
How am I going to celebrate? I'm going to celebrate by telling all my friends, all my acquaintances, just sharing it.
Yeah, but what are you going to do? Like what we all ought to do, we ought to go out there and eat.
Pop a cork.
Well, no, okay, popcorn. Go out and swig some big gulps, eat some trans fat.
I came up with a good one for Mayor Dunesburg. Anyway, I'd have come up with. They'd have probably come out with a piggyback. Where you get one free on a piggyback. That wouldn't have.
Yeah, they're just going to fit, the 15-ounce cups and sell them twice.
Yeah, if everyone's listening, will look in their family, and if they can get one person, just one in their family, to get out there that hasn't gotten out there before. I'm going to drive 2 of them to the polls.
Well, that's superb. That is, one of our great sponsors here, Freedom Works. That's what they do. Put people like you together with other people who want to bring about that result. Well, that's cool. This spike in the football. So I knew when Boehner said that there were going to be some people not happy about it, because it is a huge deal if we get beat this. I mean, it's monumental. It's going to rank right up there with one of the most important things ever happened to save the country. And it is worth feeling really, really good about. I understand. Look at folks, it's inside the Beltway. The liberals run that show. They run everything inside the Beltway, and it's I guarantee you, they're being advised by consultants, don't gloat, don't spike the football, tick off the independents Obama's personally liked. People aren't going to look at this as a personal defeat for Obama. I can hear it all now. By the way,